Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ed America TV. My name is James, one of the e-guides here at Ed America, and we welcome our audience members joining us online. We hope that you're doing well and staying safe. Ed America is the United States Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States. Today, we'll be having TOEFL iBT intensive course 4 out of 6. But before we begin, let's break the ice with a little game. How long are TOEFL scores valid? Is it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years? Stay tuned until the end of this program because we'll be giving a live shout out to whoever can answer correctly on our social medias. Other than that, don't forget to take a selfie and tag at America's Instagram account. And now, without further ado, let me introduce everyone to our facilitator for today, Bu Hafilia Arismanto, an ETS approved TOEFL IBT facilitator from the International Test Center, Indonesia. Bu Hafil, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. A very good morning to all of you. Okay, it is already 11 o'clock, but it is still morning, yeah? In English, we still say good morning, okay? And I just like to have a show of hands, all right, from your reaction. Can you just give me a virtual reaction and tell me how many of you have been joining our sessions before? And I just have a show of hands. How many of you have been joining our sessions? Maybe not from the first, but I just like to know so that I can proceed. Okay. All right. So I guess now. Okay, I'm sure that you can see what's on the screen now. We are now in the fourth, all right, sessions out of the six, right? And we are still talking about we talked about last time, the TOEFL IBT section review, okay? But now we're talking more about, hold on. Okay, and this is the section review 1 for the TOEFL IBT reading, right? Today, we're going to do a review and give you an overall idea of all the questions that are that you have to do for the reading part. All right. So we've talked about the speaking and writing, and we have also touched on the reading section, which consists, again, to remind all of you who have joined the previous sessions before, or for those of you who just joined our session today, no matter, because I'm just reminding you that we have 3 reading passages. Sometimes you get 4, and we have already discussed that. That's a tryout, and whatever that you answer for the questions from the reading passage, that's a tryout. It's not going to be counted in the total score. Yeah, you have 10 questions for each of the passages. That means if you get 3 passages, you will get 30 questions in total, right? And if you have, of course, the piloted or the tryout reading passage, you're going to get 40. But don't forget, the timing is also adjusted, whether you will get the 3 reading passages or the 4, from 54 minutes to 72 minutes if you get the 4 reading passages. And again, we have a scaled score for each of the sections of the TOEFL IBT, which is the same, and that's a scale score of 0 to 30. All right. And we discuss already about some of the question types which belong to three categories, three big categories, which are the basic comprehension, the reading to learn, and the inference, right? And each of this category, of course, there are question types which involves vocabulary, sentence simplification, factual, and negative fact. Now, this is something that we have discussed. I have given you the sample questions for factual and for negative fact, actually, in our last session. You were also, of course, introduced to what is an inference question. What does it ask? And what kind of thinking skills, what kind of high order of thinking skills are needed for you to be able to. And this was the passage that I showed you to introduce the different question types, okay, for those of you who are joining just now, just today. So this is a part of the passage. Yeah, remember that the reading text consists of more or less 750 words. And as you can see from the screen, of course, that's not 750 because this is just the first paragraph. And because you're going to do it on screen, right? So the questions will appear next to the paragraph. So if they ask you something like in paragraph 1, like the example here, the paragraph 1 is the one that shows on the screen. So you don't have to scroll up, scroll down, scroll up, scroll down. Okay? The beauty of technology. And that will save you a lot of time. All right. So again, look at the question. Look at the question. In paragraph 1, each of the following is mentioned as a feature of the city of the Teotihuacan between AD 150 and 700, except, remember, this is a typical question using the word except to indicate that you are supposed to answer with something, with information that is not given, not with the information that is given in the text. So actually, it is asking you to identify the false answer between the options A, B, C, and D. Which of the options A, B, C, and D is false? Meaning it is not stated in the paragraph. All right? I'm not going to go over this again, but we did discuss on how to find the false information, right? So what's important is for you to know the how, okay? How do we find information that is not written on the text? Of course, we look at the options, right? The first option was regularly arranged streets, okay? So our eyes will quickly go to the text on the left and try to find words, phrases, sentences that match, whether it states there are regular arranged streets. Now, if you can see there, I have highlighted a few phrases, right, in the text. Some are in blue, some are in green, and some words and phrases are in yellow, right? And we also discuss, so which is A actually, because we're trying to find something that's not there. So is the option A, regularly arranged streets, there or not? Is it explicitly stated there or not, right? And so if you see the highlighted text, It had over 2,000 apartment complexes. Is that talking about arranged streets? You can participate so you don't fall asleep. Participate, okay? Is that, no, all right? Please participate so you don't fall asleep, okay? All right, now, good, great. Thank you very much for those of you participating in the chat box, yeah? That, oops, sorry. For those of you participating in the chat box, thank you very much, right? So we do not, do we have what it says here? The blue is not something about streets. Is it something about administrative centers? Chat box, is it something about administrative centers? The green or the blue? The blue, no. Okay, yeah, the blue is not. All right, sorry. I'm focusing on the blue now. Now, is it something about manufacturing workshops? The blue? No. Okay, so what is it about? It's about the option D, right? The apartment complexes, right? Because it says there, this is explicit loh. Jadi this is very easy, gitu ya. Because it is explicit, it is stated. It had over 2,000, right, apartment complexes. So it is stated that the Teotihuacan has apartment complexes. Therefore, that's not the right answer, right? We're looking for something that's not there. And this information is there. Automatically, you will eliminate. Remember, this is the process of elimination. Yeah, just like Indonesian Idol, gitu. Competitions, you have elimination. Ini babak eliminasi jadinya. So, you will eliminate D because it is stated there. Now, how about the green? A large number of industrial workshops, gitu. That means what is stated? The A, the B, or the C? Okay, so the C is stated. That's why we crossed it out, right? Because even though it does not use the same exact words, remember I said that it will use a lot of synonym. Okay, so you have to be able to identify that many is the same as a large number. Okay. Yes, thank you, Intan, from the chat box. If those of you are following the chat box, you can see, yeah, in the Zoom, if you're in the Zoom, and those of you in the YouTube maybe, or in eDay Live, yeah, there's one of us here who said that it's written in other words. It's not many, but it's a large number, which means, of course, the same, which means that the information is stated, which means it is not a false answer. So we eliminate C. Okay. And what about the yellow part? A regular grid pattern of streets. A regular grid pattern of streets. Okay, that is the same as A. And what is the synonym there? What's the synonym between the words? Okay, you have the word arrange in the option, but in the reading, the word is not arranged. The word that is used is grid, right? Great. And so you eliminate A, you eliminate C, you eliminate D, and there's your answer, B. But you want to make sure, right? You want to make sure. Benar nih. Coba kita lihat lagi about administrative centers. Let's talk about administrative. Mana yang ada administrative centernya? The one that I underlined, right, in the reading. And notice that the article used before administrative center is an. It means it is only one, right? Okay. While in the option B, it says there are several. So it is not true, right? Yes, this singular here, and this one is plural. So this is the false answer that we are looking for. And that should be your answer. Okay? Okay, let's move on now. Yeah. And that's what we call negative fact, right? This is a sample, an example of the question that requires you to find a negative fact in the reading passage. Okay, now, and then I jumped, right? Because it was just like a taste of the different types of questions that you will get. Not all, but just some. So at that time, I jumped, not go by paragraphs from paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4, and so on, but I jumped straight to paragraph 3, right? Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, all right, so that was what we did. I jumped to paragraph 3 to give you an idea of what kind of question is asked, yeah, the construction of the question when we ask inference question, gitu kan? Okay, and then I jump to, I think this is still, I think this is already paragraph 4. Is it the same in paragraph 3? No. Yeah, a different one. I think this is already in paragraph 4 or 5. There are also types of questions in which actually you have to find still ini facts, yeah? You had to find facts. The second type was inference. This is facts based on, again, the reading. Okay? Okay. So I'm just going to move on. That's just reminding you, right? And I'm going now to give you, I'm going to give you the whole passage. That means we start from paragraph 1 and then continue. You can see paragraph 1 here. The one in red means that this is paragraph 1. And if you want to take a look, so I'm going to show you, if you want to take a look at the how the whole passage looks like later on, I'm just going to show you this. And I think my screen is changing. Is my screen changing at America?
Yes, Bu.
Okay. You can find this actually in ets.org in one of the practice tests. You can download this for those of you who haven't found it. All right. For those of you who have, great for you. But again, I'm reminding you, go to ets.org. They have a lot of practice questions for each question, for each section of the TOEFL iBT. Now, this is taken from the practice questions that you can download, right? And this is the rise of the Teotihuacan. So if you want to see how long the passage is, this is how long it is. And I'm sure you can see it, yeah? So we have paragraph 1, paragraph 2, okay? Paragraph 3, paragraph 4, 5, 6, and notice this. We have a footnote, right? There is a footnote. Obsidian. So that's why we always say that if you are not familiar with the topic, you're not familiar with the subject, because we're talking like about ancient cities, right? And maybe you're not studying about ancient cities. You don't know anything about Teotihuacan. All right. but you will know about it from this reading passage. But something that's very technical that's given in the reading passage will, of course, be given, all right, will be given what we call a footnote. There is a footnote on the terminology, an academic terminology. So don't worry about it. Here, obsidian is a type of volcanic glass-like rock used for manufacturing tools and ceremonial objects. So this is given because it is written somewhere in the text, right? And we're going to find out where, yeah, later on. But this is an overview. This is an overview of the whole text, okay? Because this is on the printed PDF format, so it looks like this. But later on, all right, when you do the test, it's, yes, they're going to give you